Can Cooper Flagg save the Charlotte Hornets? That is the question of the day, and the question that I think the answer is yes to. Now, he definitely wouldn't be doing it all on his own. There's a good foundation here in Charlotte that just continues to get injured year after year in LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges. Shout out to Miles. He's been playing for the entire last 3 seasons without getting hurt. Mark Williams is here if we don't decide to trade him again. So there's definitely a core, and if you add Cooper Flagg into that, it's probably pretty easily a playoff team next year in the East. Cooper Flagg, however, is the best American-born prospect, I feel like, since LeBron James. This dude is an absolute stud. He's going to come in and affect the game immediately for whatever team he plays for. He's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, but he can play the guard as well as playing the post. He can do a little bit of everything. He leads the best team in college basketball in every statistical category. 19 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.4 blocks, and 1.3 steals. He's a fantastic athlete, and he shoots 48% from the field and 37% from 3. But that 3-point percentage is a little bit misguiding because he's shooting 43% since conference play started, and that is over a 26-game sample size versus a 10-game sample size where he wasn't shooting the greatest. 3.7 attempts per game from beyond the arc. He's a great driver, getting downhill right here, right into the chest of the shot blocker Dylan Cardwell, and then he's going to do a little jab step, spin, and get to that right hand, freezes the defender, gets him on his hip with the spin, and goes up and finishes over him with the right. Now he's going to slide cancel and then somehow finishes. I was at this game. I watched it live. When that happened, that was one of the craziest plays I've ever watched live. And then he's got this little mid-range, this little turnaround that he loves to hit. Right here, it's over Chaney Johnson, who's a great defender, and he's just going to knock it down. And then he's going to come off the mile-watch screen, get to his spot down on the block, elevate over a taller Dylan Cardwell, and knock it down. Tahad Pettiford tries to stop him. He's too big, too strong, too good for Tahad Pettiford to check him one-on-one, and then gets to his spot and knocks down the fadeaway jumper effortlessly. He's also a decent passer, finding Isaiah Evans right here for the 3-ball, and this is his versatility. He sets the screen, but now he's going to become the playmaker. We see LeBron do this a lot with the Lakers. He catches it, finds Tyrese, looks opposite, and Tyrese is going to have a wide open jumper. Shot fake, one dribble, knocking it down. He's also a fantastic defender. Watch him down low in the paint. Give me that. And now we're running, right? Watch the drop coverage here off the ball screen. He stays solid, stays sound defensively, and is able to play this off the guard very, very well. He is generational, both offensively and defensively. And yes, Victor Wembanyama is the better prospect, but like I said, I think he's the best American-born prospect since potentially LeBron. So of course this guy is highly coveted, right? There's a huge, tankathon, capture the flag, whatever you want to call it. But adding him onto this Buzz City team would be really fun. I mean, imagine Cooper Flagg catching lobs from LaMelo Ball in the half court. LaMelo Ball, one of the most entertaining players in the league, even if he's more of an empty stats type of guy. And I'll admit it, he was an empty stats guy this year. He averaged 25.2 points, 5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and it really didn't contribute much to us winning any games whatsoever. He shot 41% from the field and 34% from 3 on 11 attempts, and those are horrifically south of where he needs to be. He needs to be about 38% from 3 and about 45% from the field if he wants to be taken serious, right? The first 14 games look fantastic. He was putting up crazy numbers. Good enough efficiency, right, to be averaging 32 points. The Hornets were 4-10 during that stretch. He played in 47 games this year, which I guess is a step forward, but he's third in the league in personal fouls per game. He's still 23 years old, so still tons of time to grow and develop. There are some rumors floating around. Maybe the Hornets just completely blow it up. We saw what they did at the deadline by shipping out Mark Williams, except now he's not going to be shipped out, so we'll see what they do. But if you've made it this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying at any point. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that's you, go ahead and fix that. Now let's talk about the young core, because this core right here played a total of 3 games together this year, and it's one of the most agonizing parts of this season is that we didn't even get to see our guys play, right? Brandon Miller, he went out. He's a 6'9" wing. He's still 22 years old. Still so much talent. One of the best young players in the league, but he didn't hardly play this year. He averaged 21 points a game, so he was good while he was in there. 4.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists in 34 minutes. He's really a 3-level scorer and can score efficiently from all 3 levels. This year wasn't a very good example of that. 40% shooting from the field for a 6'9" guy is not great. 36% from 3 on 11 attempts, I'll take that. But like I said, he only played in 27 games. So next year, he's he's got to be healthy, right? This is the second year in a row he hasn't been very healthy. So hopefully, getting him back for next year, we'll see year 3 Brandon. He's really good at working out of the pick and roll right here with Diabate getting downhill. And then the middle ball screen here with Diabate once again. He refuses the screen, gets downhill, plays with pace, and goes up and over the top of Isaiah Stewart for the little floater. I like that a lot. Another guy I like a lot is Miles Bridges. This is one of my guys, right? He's getting older, but he's still a 6'7" wing. This got crazy bounce, 27 years old, but hey, I like this guy because he played 59 games this year. He's the only member of the Hornets core that has been healthy this year. Bridges this year averaged 20.5 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 0.7 steals in 32 minutes per game. And, love him or hate him, he's a very easily disliked player, but I think he's we're moving past all that, and I think he's a solid piece here in Charlotte if he can be a little bit more efficient. Everybody here is inefficient as crap. It's awful, but he's really good as a slasher, and he's a piece to a team with, 2 perimeter dominant scorers in LaMelo and Brandon. You got to have those interior guys. So Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, hopefully Cooper Flagg, who are better off inside, can be fun. And, Miles Bridges and Cooper Flagg catching lobs from LaMelo, you know how fun that would be, right? Like, it would actually be enjoyable to watch a Hornets game for once. Now, Mark, we talked about him earlier, a guy the Hornets have already tried to trade, but, I don't get it. He is a 23-year-old 7-footer that, he passed his physical, so there's not an injury issue there. He's averaging 15.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.3 blocks, and he's doing that in just 26 minutes a game. You play this guy 33, 34 minutes a night, and he can put up dang near 20 and 15. The question is, will they trade him again? And I'm hoping not, but if they do, hopefully we get a good enough return to where we can go out and get somebody to replace him. Because there are definitely pieces in this draft to replace Mark, like Kaman Malawach, another Duke center, and then Derek Queen. Malawach here is the guy, and I think he could be a home run pick. He's already a great lob threat. We've seen it at Duke. He's playing basically on an NBA team in an NBA system because he catches lobs. He works in the middle third of that court. He can run the floor, and he's got a 7'5" wingspan with a 9'8" standing reach, something that is absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of incomprehensible, but he can also knock it down. He hit a few threes this year at Duke. He's shown that he has some range that can be developed, and so if you bring in Kaman Malawach and move on from Mark Williams, maybe I'm not the most disappointed in the world, although obviously I'd love to have me some Cooper Flagg here in Charlotte. Speaking of rookies, we got to talk about this year's rookie, and that is Tidjane Salon, who the Hornets front office geniusly drafted. Oh boy, 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and an assist. I love his motor. That's one thing that you can say about Tidjane is he is going to come out there and play his heart out every single night. It doesn't matter if we're 60 games under 500 like we are right now. He's shooting 33% from the field and 28% from 3 on the year, which definitely is not good. Something that will definitely need to be improved upon. But hey, he's a project pick, and right now he's developing. He's still 19 years old. He's going to barely be 20 by the time next season starts. We also got Trey Mann, who's had some sort of injury for quite some time. He's a free agent, so I'm interested to see how that works out. We need to bring him back in the offseason, though. We also got Moussa Diabate. Grant Williams will be back. He is so underrated as a defender. Josh Green, hopefully if he can decide to stop being a double agent and can actually play basketball here in Charlotte. And then even Nick Smith Jr., who's still 20 years old, maybe could be a piece. So the pieces are there. If we bring in Cooper Flagg, this is a playoff team. It's a big if, though. I doubt Adam Silver wants to be nice and give us Cooper Flagg, although I will make a 10-minute long video thanking him if he does. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy this at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.